What's up everyone, Danny Lightning back with another Warbots video. Today we're going to do a little mothership guide and talk about the turrets and which ones are actually good at this current time in the game. I should be back to live streaming next week. I'm currently rebuilding this PC, it's almost done. This little laptop I'm using has some issues, but it works for now. And let's get to the mothership guide. Alright, so the first three motherships we have are the Mantis, the Monarch, and the Dreadnought, and none of those are actually great. They're just kind of so-so motherships. They're like the starter ships, so you don't really want those unless that's all you have. I just want to say a huge shout out to my channel members. Thank you guys so much. Channel memberships, donations, and if you buy something over at the Robots web shop and use author code DannyLightning at checkout, that'll help support my channel. Those kind of things really help this channel keep making awesome videos for you guys. So thank you so much for the support. Thank you. Next we have the Orion mothership, and this thing deals a lot of damage. This is a very hard hitting damage dealing mothership. The Orion's probably not one of the better motherships, but it's a very good mothership just for beating people up. And it does even more damage to Titans. Like if you hit a Titan with it, it does extra damage to a Titan. So I don't know. I like this mothership. This one is very good. It's still one of the better ones if you're just looking for a strictly attack mothership. So if you just want a mothership that's going to do some damage to the enemy, this one is not a bad choice. Next we have the Northlight, and this is a pretty decent healing mothership. So if you're looking for a mothership for protection, this one's pretty decent. It's not great, but it is definitely decent. If it's all you got, it's definitely worth running. So basically this one is going to heal you, and it's going to give you some defense points for a few seconds, and I actually do like this mothership. Definitely worth running, but let's move to the next one. The next mothership we have is the Frozen Scorn. It's a pretty cool looking pirate ship, but what does it do? So this mothership will actually freeze people and slow them down, and when somebody's frozen, that means anybody who shoots them will do more damage to those robots. And it also does DOT, so after you hit somebody with it, it will slowly damage them over a few seconds. This is a pretty nice mothership. I do like this one. Definitely not one of my favorites, but I could easily run this in Champion League and be pretty happy with it. Next up on the list, we have Mr. Thor. So what does Thor do? Let's find out. So the Thor mothership will actually damage people, and it will also take their shield down for a few seconds. So if you're looking for something to give you a little bit of extra damage, it's not like huge damage, but it's decent, and it does pop shield. So if there's a Dagon on the field or something with the shield that's annoying, and you hit him with this, now everybody's going to be able to shoot him through that shield and take him out. So it's a pretty cool mothership overall. I do like this one. Not one of my favorites, but I do like it. Next, we have the Paladin mothership. Most people tell me I'm crazy because I don't like this one, but almost everybody loves this one, but for some reason, I don't really care for it. I'm weird, I guess. I don't know. So basically, this is going to give you an Aegis shield, and it's going to repair your health. So if you get hit with the shield, right, the shield lasts for so long, and after it wears out, whatever hit points you had left on the shield should return to the robot. Now, if the enemies take your shield down, then that doesn't happen. So I don't know, it's not really my style. Everybody loves it. I just don't like it. Personally, I don't really get a benefit from that shield because it doesn't really give me the hit points, because usually when I use the ship, I'm out there in the middle of a brawl right in somebody's face, so they always take the shield down, so I never get those extra hit points back. Because I don't know, if I was in a team deathmatch and I was camping in the back corner or something, yeah, that's going to keep adding hit points to your robot. But for somebody who's brawling, I just don't like this thing. Everybody loves it, but I don't. So whatever, let's move on to the next one. Next we have the Rollout Wheel. This is a big weird looking mothership with some spinny thingy dingies. So what does it do? So this mothership will hit your enemies with rust and DOT, which is damage over time. This is actually a really good mothership for dealing with raptors, because you want to be able to rust the raptors. How much rust effect it applies, I'm not 100% sure, but rust effect is good, so it makes people can't heal. Or at least it significantly slows down their healing, which makes robots like the Raptor, who are currently impossible to kill because they have so much healing, it makes so you can actually take them down. So this may not be a bad mothership if you don't have anything else. It's not one of my favorites, but I do like this one a lot. I think it's a very good mothership in all leagues. So let's move on to the next one. Next we have the Keel, which is a really good attack ship. This one will beat some people up. So this mothership will actually do a pretty decent amount of damage. I think it hits somebody 3 times, and it does extra damage to Titan. So it's kind of like a newer version of that other mothership. I guess you would say it's kind of like an updated version of the Orion, but it's an overall pretty nice mothership. I do like this one a lot. I think it's one of the better motherships if you're just looking for something to do some damage. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Next up on the list, we have the Mute, and this is a very good mothership. So when this thing lands on a robot, there's kind of like a area of effects. So anybody who's in the area is going to get blinded and suppressed. So this is basically good for blinding and suppressing your enemies. It's quite handy. I like the Mute. It's not going to be everybody's favorite mothership, but I do feel that this is probably one of the better motherships in the game right now. So the Mute is very, very good. It's a big old pain in the butt to get suppressed and blinded and everything else. So this is, EMP'd and blinded. So this is a really nice mothership in my opinion. Definitely worth running if you have it. It's probably one of my top favorites right now, but still not the best. But I do like it a lot. And let's move on to the next thing. And then finally we have the Avalon mothership, which is currently the best mothership in the game. This thing does a lot for you. This will get rid of rust, blind, EMP, lockdown, and suppression. So if you hit yourself with this, it takes that off of your robot, and it's going to make you immune to all that stuff as well. It also repairs some of your gray damage and restores some of your durability. So this is actually a top-notch, top-of-the-line mothership at this time. I mean, things get rebalanced, things get changed, but right now, the Avalon is the bee's knees, whatever that means. Now, it also makes you immune to those effects for a while. So after you hit yourself with it for the next, I don't know, a couple minutes or a couple short period of time, it's going to make you immune to, being blinded or any of those bad effects. So this thing is just 100% awesome, and it's currently my favorite mothership if you can get it. For example, my Avalon, I haven't been able to max it out yet, but it's partially upgraded and it still does great. So even if it's not maxed out, it's a really good mothership. Even when this was just level 1, it was actually pretty darn good. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and talk about the mothership turns. First off, you have the Aegis Self system, which basically gives you a little bit of a shield, which is nice. So anytime you use a mothership, it will give you a shield if you have that installed. I mean, it's nothing too crazy, but it works. Then we have the Aegis Blast system, which just simply does a little bit of damage to whoever you hit, which is pretty nice. So that's a very good attack turret. If you're just looking to do some damage to somebody, those aren't too hard to get, so you can throw one of those guys on there. Now next we have the anti-jamming. This is a pretty interesting turret. I don't particularly like it, but most people love it. When you use the robot, it's going to take away suppression, EMP, and blind from your robots, and I think it's going to make you immune to those for a very short period of time, which is pretty cool. But once you have one of those effects going and you want to get rid of it, you have to have the mothership ready and then hit yourself with it, and you don't always have the mothership ready. That's why I don't find this one as effective, because half the time when I need it, I don't have the mothership charged up. So, I don't like it. Most people love it, but it's a good turret. And then finally, we have the Lifesaver in this category, and this is a pretty interesting deal. So this one is basically going to make so you don't take extra damage from stuff with defense mitigation, which is pretty cool, and it's going to put you into stealth for a couple of seconds. It's pretty nice, it's a helpful turret. I think it's pretty cool. A lot of people love this one, and I also like it. Now, if you were to put two or three of these on the mothership, it's not really going to help you. So this is something where you really only want to have one of these. They don't stack up if you run multiple, so just run one of these if you're running Lifesavers. Now we're going to go ahead and look at the support turrets. We have the Periodic Fixation, which is pretty good. Surprisingly, the purple one is supposed to be better, but most of us actually like this one. The Periodic Fixation is actually a really good turret. It does more healing over time than the Repair Blast Station. I mean, they're both healing turrets, and that's really all they do, but the majority of us would prefer this one. If you get out a calculator and you look at the stats, we like the Periodic Fixation better than the repair blast station. So yeah, just run that one in my opinion. That's the better turret out of the two ones for repair. Next, we have the durability extender. This one will give you more hit points, and I absolutely love this one. I think this one is awesome. Every time you use the mothership, bam, you just got more hit points, which is really good. So every time you hit yourself with it, you're going to get 35,000 durability for your robot and 65,000 for a Titan. I think you used to get more than that. I think they just recently kind of downgraded this one a little bit, but it's still a very nice turret. Extra health is always good. Next, we have the positive energy recuperator. So this will make you faster for a few seconds, and it will also remove lockdown, freeze, and slowdown effects, which is pretty nice. And it will actually make you immune to those effects for a few seconds as well. So this is a pretty cool turret. I do like this one a lot. So I mean, what turrets you run on these are really just kind of personal preference, but these are all really good turrets. So now we're going to go over to the attack category of turrets. The first one we have is the target ray cannon. This is a basic damage dealing turret, and it's not very good. Next, we have the laser blast cannon, which is actually pretty nice. This one just simply deals damage, and it's quite good. I mean, it's not the best, but I do like this. These are worth putting on your motherships if you have them. And then next, we have the gravity amplifier, which is the big daddy of the attack turrets. It basically damages people and it slows them down if you're ever in the battle and you get that like purple ring around your feet and you can't turn around slowly or fastly and you can't move and you're just like, oh my god, what's going on? You were just hit by a gravity amplifier. If you run two of those, it's even crazier. Like if you get hit by one, it sucks, but if you get hit by two, it pretty much immobilizes you completely for a long time, and it beats the crap out of you at the same time. So that thing is a beast. So this guy and the laser blast cannon are probably the two best attack turrets, but if you can get gravity amplifiers, I would run two of those on any mothership that allows you to run two, because those things are beasts. So I think that's pretty much it for the turrets. You got your attack turrets, your support turrets, and your protection turrets, and I think we went over all of them. I believe there is a new one about to be added to the game pretty soon, so there will be more turrets and more motherships and everything else coming out in the future. Just remember, things in this game do change a lot, new stuff's added, things get rebalanced, so always pay attention to how old a video is after you watch it, because things do change from time to time. Again, huge shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching my videos. That helps me out big time and helps me fix that broken PC back there. It's almost ready to go. We'll have that thing done in no time. If you drop down the video's description, you'll see my Discord server, my other YouTube channels. You'll see some affiliate links, some ways to help support the channel, and there will be a link to the Robots web shop and my code in there. So if you use that, that does support the channel and help me out, and you might get some cheaper prices over on the Robots web shop. So have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked the video, and we will catch you next time. Lightning out. See ya.